initiating with the root agent, defining the root agent with the sub agents, we are going to make it active process through initiating the session state as well as the runner engine, right? So it has to execute. So this is going to be like interacting code, which means the execution code. So basically, it is going to find the root agent and it is going to create like clean session state, and also it is going to create like agent engine, root runner agent engine. So it is going to run 3 user queries. So basically, it is going to run with a greeting message for the greeting agent and weather request to access like weather agent and farewell query from the user to execute like farewell agent. So letting the root agent to decide which sub agent to use based on the user query. So that for that, what we are doing, we are just defining the root name, root agent name. We are just first defining the root agent name. Then we are checking with the condition if the weather agent is available yeah, in the memory or not. So it detects whether the root agent is called weather agent name. And also it is detecting the root agent. So in order to define, we are defining with the root agent var name, where it is going to consist of either the root agent or weather agent name. So only when it detects only with the, both the names, the model will assign the root agent. So basically, this asynchronous defined runtime conversation is going to the which means that ADK is going to use this asynchronous event loops for LLM models, tool execution, and event-based agent outputs. And this session service already we discussed, like it is going to initialize like fresh memory container. So because we want like no a clean memory, no previous inference interference, and also a fresh context for the agent team. So every conversation should be like no new session for it. So basically it creates like no new session with the app name, okay, and also the user ID and then session ID. So these are the names we are just initiating. Basically the app is going to be a software project, and the user is going to be like the person who is interacting, and the session ID is the specific conversation. So the ADK memory stores with a tuple of like app, user, and then session. Okay, app, user, and then session with the key value pair. So, and this await session service dot create dot session, basically this is going to allocate the storage for user messages, again the agent messages, tool call info, again it is going to store like delegation history. So these stuffs we can able to save with the help of like no session service dot create session. Okay. And next one is we are just going to create like no runner, which means engine for execution. So basically, this runner is nothing but the engine. So it is going to receive your message and sends it to the agent. And also it is going to trigger the model and executes the tool and handles the delegation. So without the runner, which means the model could not able to, the agent could not able to execute. So basically, the runner is an execution engine, which means what it is going to accept the new messages. It is going to invoke the agent's model, and it is going to invoke the tool, execute the tool, and propagate the tool results back to the agent. And also it is going to emit the agents also. So you don't call agent actually directly for full interactive behavior. So runner wraps the agent with session, memory, tool execution, and event streaming, and retries and middlewares. All the wrapping aspect the runner would be done. And basically this await call agent synchronization, it is going to build a type content. So which means that it can able to it is used for like message and then calls like no runners to get the event stream, to get the event stream. So and it is going to wait for its final response and event extracts the text and then prints it. So basically what happens, the root agent is going to read the message, and it is going to matches the greeting pattern, and also it is going to delegate to greeting agent, and this greeting agent calls say hello tool, and finally the response written to the user. So these are all can be able to do with the this await call agent synchronization. So similarly with the weather agent also. So the root agent recognize the intent. So what is the intent? The query, right? And it is called the get weather tool, and also it is going to returns the weather result. And this one again, it is also going to interpret like no user query like no buy message thanks and buy, which means farewell intent. So it is going to delegate to the farewell agent, and finally the farewell agent calls the goodbye tool, and it is going to return like goodbye, have a great day. And this await runtime conversation, which means it's basically in Colab or Jupyter Notebook, and event loop is already been running. So direct await is allowed, and best method. This is the best method for notebooks basically. Or else you can make use of like no asynchrono. This one also you can make use of it to run the team conversation. So this is the team conversation. So I'm executing currently. So it recognizes the user query. You see, it has executed successfully. So interact agent team, it has executed successfully. So the user query is actually hello there. And for this one, it is going to make use of the tool. The agent is going to respond with hello there. And here the user queries what is the weather in New York. Again, it is going to the agent is going to make use of like tool with the New York City. Already we have been defined this answer. And again, the user query is thanks by. For this one, the agent is going to call the sub agent of the farewell agent, and it is going to return with the answer successfully. So we have executed successfully.